Hey everybody, welcome back to the Court of Random Opinion. My name is Lauren Neidigh. I have sort of a crazy piece of news that came up this afternoon. I actually first saw this on Reddit. An arsonist has attempted to extort Steve Sarowitz, citing the Baldoni versus Lively, lawsuit saga, and they threatened to kidnap his daughter. And I think they actually did set a fire on his property. So we're going to go through that together. And then I have to get back to work, so this isn't going to be too long of a live stream, but I did want to check this out with you guys because somebody had left a comment on my channel as well, and I was like, wait, what are you talking about? And then I go to Reddit, and I find this here. So give me 1 second to pull this up. But this is pretty crazy, man. People are out of their minds. Okay. I don't know if you can read that. Let me zoom in a little bit. I know I said last night, guys, I was going to do a live stream about that Guardian article. I did put out a video about it yesterday with some thoughts, and then we had this huge break in a different case that I'd been following where the person who was committing fraud has actually now been indicted. So that got pushed. So I might do that tomorrow night. We'll see. But for right now, we're just going to go through this article really quickly. K-Fitch, hey, how's it going? Let me move my head so you guys can follow along with me. There we go. All right. So this is from a local news source. It says, prosecutors say a suspect committed arson at a billionaire family's home in Highland Park and then threatened to kidnap their daughter if they did not provide him $80,000 in cash. So they did actually set a fire. Okay. Lake County Assistant State's Attorney Dino Catras said I hope I'm saying that right, Catras, said a garbage can was lit on fire in the driveway of a house in the 200 block of Roger Williams Avenue in Highland Park around 3:25 a.m. on April 28th. The garbage can was filled with paint cans and other flammable accelerants. It burned to the ground and damaged the home's lawn. The Sarowitz family owns and lives in the home. They are one of two known billionaire families who reside in Highland Park. Steve Sarowitz is chairman of Paylocity. I actually didn't even know that, which he founded in 1997. He is also the CEO of Blue Marble Global Payroll, which he founded in 2013. His wife, Jessica Sarowitz, is the managing partner of 4S Bay Partners, LLC, which is a family office management company that oversees private businesses and investments in various industries, such as domestic and international payroll, filmmaking, and commercial and residential real estate holdings. All right. The family also owns a film production company that is involved in an active lawsuit with Blake Lively and other Hollywood actors. Catras said the drama involved in that Hollywood debacle has received a lot of media attention. On the same day of the arson fire at their residence, Jessica Sarowitz received a text message from an unknown number that indicated a threat of kidnapping of their daughter if the family did not provide $80,000 in unmarked, non-sequential bills. The message referenced that the garbage can on their property was torched, and that was a precursor to more serious harm if the demands were not met. Again, this is just crazy, man. I don't know. So I don't know anything about Highland Park either, guys. So like, I don't know if that's I'm assuming it's a pretty secure area where stuff like this doesn't happen a whole lot, but that is, like I said, it's a total assumption. Give me 1 sec. There we go. And so I think his daughter, from what I gathered, is either in high school or in college, but she's, in school. So, hey, Christina. Unfortunately, this this topic in particular is not going to get a lot of giggles. This is a pretty bad one. I mean, I'm not surprised that somebody would try to do something like this to a obviously very wealthy person, but Steve appears to be like very generous. And I know that even though the Wayfair Foundation is shutting down, he's said that he intends to still give like $35 million all the way into 2026. So it sucks that people do stuff like this, especially to people who are even, very wealthy people who are very charitable and stuff like that. They don't deserve to be treated this way. I mean, nobody really deserves it, but, he's already been arrested, by the way, guys. His picture was at the top of the article. We'll look again when we get to the end. Okay. If you fail to comply, we will take daughter's name hostage and she won't make graduation. So yeah, she is in school. At that point, we will ask for more money. If you guys are prepared to spend $100 million to ruin the lives of Miss Lively and her family, we are sure you can spare a few for your daughter, the message said. A day later, an unknown number sent text messages to the family's daughter with the same information that was sent to Jessica Sarowitz. Jesus Christ, dude. That's deranged. I can't imagine getting a message like that. I'm absolutely not going outside of the house if I get a message like that. Let's put it that way. Another message was sent on Thursday to the daughter identifying her college. Okay, so it is a college. And the address of her sorority house where she frequently visits. So this is also like, it's targeting the whole sorority house at that point. So it's not even just Steve's house, which they, set the fire outside of. It's the whole sorority house, because there are other people in that sorority house. And if they go in and try to kidnap her, of course, there's a very good chance, somebody else is going to get hurt as well. So you're just bringing in unrelated people to this as well. Jesus. Not that any of it's okay, but at the same time, if I'm this idiot who's extorting these people, I think maybe I don't, widen the scope of people involved in this thing. I feel like this person's kind of a moron as well. All right. Okay, Miss Honor Roll, we know you're at, and then they put the address there. You guys are not untouchable. You can upgrade your security all you want, and that still won't stop us. We are prepared to ruin all your lives over a little bit of money. What the fuck? The next fire we start will be from the inside, the message said. I feel like this person is like not only insane, actually insane, not in like well, no, because they clearly know what they're doing. I don't mean like they're like let me put it this way. I'm not saying they're ill. I'm saying they're like nothing matters to them other than money at this point. Obsessed is the word I'm looking for. They're obsessed. Sorry, like I said, I just rolled off my work desk, so my brain is in work mode right now. Okay. More text messages were sent to Jessica Sarowitz and her daughter the same day that they had given them ample time to give them $80,000, and they have taken great lengths to remain hidden. We gave you guys time to consider our offer. Remember, no one is untouchable, not even you guys. You can have someone post it at night. You can leave the lights on. You can upgrade your security, and we will still get by. Understand, we took precautions to stay hidden, and we are prepared to ruin all of your lives. We're not asking for millions just for $80,000. That's nothing to you people. Jesus. What the hell, man? Deranged, obsessed. Yes, I'm reading this. I'm like, this is somebody who seems to be obviously lucid. This is not just like a crazy person having an episode. This is like, seems to be planned out, something they planned out in advance. They got the information, the phone numbers and stuff like that. So whoever did this, and I know they have the name of the person already, whoever did this definitely needs to be held accountable to the fullest extent of the law, because this is a crime, Let's see. We're not asking for $1 million, just for 80,000. We can do this the easy way and nobody has to know. All you guys have to do is drop off the money at a public location and we disappear. Simple as that. If you'd like to go against us, then so be it. We will not stop. The next fire will be from inside the premises, or maybe we can go to daughter's name. Amputate a man's leg and he can still feel it tickling? Tell us when your little girl is on the slab, where will it tickle you? Ew. What a fucking weirdo. The person sent another text message on Friday, this time to Steven Sarowitz, informing him that the sender was the person who left the present, I guess the trash can that was on fire, outside his residence, and that the next fire will be from inside. The FBI coordinated with the Highland Park Police Department. Okay, so the FBI, somebody in the comment had mentioned FBI. I guess they've already been involved. The FBI coordinated with the Highland Park Police Department to use technology and warrants to isolate the sender. Yeah, this person is not the smartest criminal ever, I can see. Catrus said law enforcement identified that the text messages were sent from the Highland Park Public Library. Eduardo Aragon, 25, of Highland Park, was seen on surveillance video coming to the library parking lot at night and using the free Wi-Fi at the same time the messages were sent, Catrus said. Aragon confessed that he was the only one who started the fire on the Sarowitz property. Aragon admitted to going to the library and sending the messages over Wi-Fi and demanding the $80,000 to not kidnap the family's daughter. Jesus. This is crazy as hell. And again, when I'm looking at these types of things, I like to say, in a colloquial sense, this is crazy, but this is not like an instance of like mental illness excusing any of this person's behavior at all. This definitely seems to be like somebody who knew what they were doing. There was a secondary gain involved. They took steps to conceal what they were doing, their identity and all that, and to stay out of trouble. That means you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing is wrong, and you're doing it anyways. So I just like to point that out because I know a lot of people are going to see this and say, well, that's just a sick person or whatever. No, this is a criminal, not just a sick person. This is a person who deserves to go to jail. All right. He said he had been out of work for 2 years and needed the money, Catrus said. Wow, get a fucking job. Aragon was charged with 1 count of arson, 6 counts of intimidation, and 1 count of harassment through electronic communication. The defendant is dangerous. Setting a fire on the Sarowitz residential property in the middle of the night is dangerous. Fires are unpredictable and can spread very quickly, Catrus said. This occurred on the residential property in the middle of the night when the Sarowitz family and their caretaking staff would be sleeping. Jeez. I guess they would need some nighttime security now. After this happened, oh my God, I would like literally flee the property for a while, like stay away somewhere where people won't know my address. That's crazy, man. All right. That line about amputees is from Silence of the Lambs. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I don't remember that specific line. I haven't seen that movie in a while, so thank you for pointing that out. But I need to watch that again, actually. Hey, Kim, what's going on? This is evil. Yes, it sure is. This is not only evil, but just like this person is absolutely stupid for doing this. All right. And I'll say something that I say a lot, maybe not in regards to this case, because this case we've been covering, it's a civil thing, right? But this is a criminal action, and I will say most criminals, not geniuses. And this one, clearly not a genius. Dangerous, definitely. Smart, no. All right. Catrus also said that Aragon put a price on the lives of the family. The defendant premeditated his actions and had the means and sophistication to find the phone numbers of these family members and then tried to shadow himself by using internet phone apps and public Wi-Fi to avoid detection. Yep. The prosecutor said the messages were not only meant to serve the purpose of greed, but also to invoke fear in the Sarowitz family, with Aragon researching where the daughter was going to school and how she could be taken against her will. What does that mean? How she could be taken against her will? Did this idiot actually go to the library and look up how to steal someone or how to kidnap someone? Like, that is... Good Lord. What an asshole. The defendant took substantial steps to terrorize this family, and he has succeeded in placing them in a constant state of fear for their safety. I mean, that's pretty traumatic. I would be terrified. I can't imagine. All right. The Lake County State Attorney's Office filed a petition to detain Aragon pending trial. Lake County Judge Michael Nerheim, I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, granted the petition and remanded Aragon to the Lake County Jail following a detention hearing held Monday afternoon. Aragon is scheduled to appear in court again on May 29th for a preliminary hearing, so we'll definitely be following that and see how that turns out. Wow. That is crazy. And citing the lawsuit in those text messages, Jesus, that is so crazy, man. Melissa says, I'm surprised they didn't have security already. Man, I don't know what their security situation is, but I bet it's going to get a little bit beefed up at this point. So, wow. All right, guys. Thanks for listening. Like I said, I do have to get back to work. I'm going to send you to... Hold on. Give me 1 second. I'm going to send you over to my friend Megan, who is talking about the Laura Owens case, the one that I was talking about last night, and the one where she was just indicted on criminal charges, federal charges, 7 of them. So if you have any questions about that case, if you've been following my channel but you don't know about that case, you could learn some more about it there. Don't forget to hit the like on this stream for me, guys. I would really appreciate it. And when you do get over to my friend Megan, please send lots of bacons and robots and tell her Lauren sent you. Give me 1 second. All right. There we go. Thanks, everyone, for listening, and I will see you all soon, if not tonight, then tomorrow. Okay? Bye.